we started off, you know, that many years ago, 1992 to now, which is 18 years ago. And so we'll celebrate our 20th anniversary in 2012. At any rate, we're celebrating our own anniversary and, of course, the anniversary of the Lady Parents of Fatima. And we dedicate ourselves to Our Lady of Fatima because the Fatima miracle was such a great theophany, a great scientific wonder, and it was witnessed by so many people, and so it has a tremendous amount of scientific questions about it, and Dr. Father Yaki and many others have written extensively about what that miracle consisted of, and what it was and what it was. So it has a lot of scientific controversy about it. And we're also dedicated to Our Lady of Lourdes because the scientists were right there present at the time, the medical doctors were present at the time when Our Lady appeared at Lourdes and analyzed the condition of St. Bernadette, and you know, really all over the case at the time. And so scientists played a role with Our Lady in these great occurrences. So that's one reason why we're dedicated to Our Lady and apparition at both Lourdes and Fatima. And tonight we're just so tickled that we have Father Cole, who is a Dominican, you're an officer with the Dominican Supply or something?
No, not anymore. That's over.
Okay. But anyway, he's a teacher also down at the Dominican House of Studies, and he's been a previous officer in the order. So we don't have to do our duty that way once in a while, the officers. But it's always nice to do that in those jobs. But at any rate, he's written a number of books, especially about the priesthood and how to be a good priest. And we have about 4 books in print and many, many articles that you can go to the internet website of the Dominican House of Studies and find Father Cole's CV there, and you'll see quite a list of publications. And so we're just tickled to have Father Cole to come and give us a good lecture here on Our Lady of Fatima, which is the prime topic today, because also the Holy Father, he's no dummy, he's a Fatima today. I mean, he's doing a good job. Okay,
thank you very much. It was 1980, I think, 1980, October. I was preaching a novena to St. Jude at a church called St. Victor's in West Hollywood. Getting towards the end, I was looking to get on the airplane to go to Fatima. But something happened. Towards the end of the novena to St. Jude, I experienced an excruciating pain, very bad. So I went to see the doctor, and the doctor says, normally I'd give you some antibiotics, but in this case, I'm going to have to operate on something. So you'll have to come in to the hospital on a Friday. We'll lance the problem on a Saturday, and if you're looking good on a Sunday, you can go home, and then you can head off to Fatima on Monday. So I had to go through this excruciating experience. And I got on the plane, but I had to, be careful and soak myself in hot water, and on and on and on it went. So anyway, I get on the airplane and go to Lisbon. Well, first to New York, and then to Lisbon. And then at Lisbon, I had to take a bus. And by the time I got to Fatima, I was exceedingly tired, because I was supposed to open up a retreat to the cloistered Dominican nuns just across the street from Fatima. And so, while I was recuperating, I was giving them a retreat. It was not easy going. It was rather difficult from time to time. I was introduced to Fatima by going just across the street. and I saw that huge statue of Our Lady. It was crafted by a Dominican father from this province, of the McGlynn, with the help of Sister Lucy, because she helped him create the image of the Blessed Mother that she had seen. And so they worked for 6 months. And every time he would craft something, she says, "No, that's not what it looks like." And then he smoked cigarettes, so she would say, "You shouldn't be smoking those cigarettes." He says, "Sister, that's my business." But he's a Dominican, you know, not going to take any guff from any nun. So anyway, by the way, he eventually died of cancer of the throat. If he would have listened to her, he'd probably be in his 90s, or by now, late 90s. So anyway, towards the end of the retreat, I got to meet the cloistered sisters. Normally, you don't meet the cloistered nuns if they're behind a screen or behind a grill, as they call it. But at the very end, I got a chance to meet them. One of them was the translator of Sister Lucy's writings to the English-speaking world. I presume she died in the 90s. I'm not certain. I don't think she's still alive. And she was quite an expert on Sister Lucy's thought, because Sister Lucy wrote letters, other things, and so she would have to do the translating. She became friends by mail to Sister Lucy, because Sister Lucy was a Carmelite nun. Well, the sister says, "Well, how was your trip?" And so I explained to them just what I told you, that I had this horrible experience. And you know what they did? They laughed and laughed and laughed. I said, "What are you laughing for?" And they all knew that was a sign from the Blessed Mother that you were going to be given a special grace here. And they said this, that quite often when you get special graces from the Blessed Mother here, something goes wrong. And they told me of stories of buses overturning, people losing their passports, people losing their money, people losing their glasses, all kinds of chaotic things take place. Because at Fatima, unlike other places where the Blessed Mother has appeared, there's probably over 200 or 300 shrines in honor of the Blessed Mother, they're usually places of consolation. Fatima is not a place so much of consolation, because Mary has a very important message to give. It's a warning about the evil of sin, you know, and she wants us to do penance. In this particular case, I did penance starting in West Los Angeles. I went to St. John's Hospital, in fact, down there in LA. And also the sisters taught me that, that Fatima isn't just about praying. And then I learned many years later that Fatima was about the few saving the many. The few saving the many. Doing ordinary things and little things, little sacrifices, not necessarily giant